you ready to go to the light?
What's there? What is there?
You're attached to a body that doesn't belong to you, and you're causing pain to that body.
It's a little body.
What is it?
A little body.
What's that supposed to mean?
Use it the way I please.
How is that helping you being attached to her there?
It's just, yeah, it's just strong.
So don't you think it's time for you to move along?
And go where?
To the light.
What if they don't take me there?
What did you do?
I was a Klansman. Kill a few niggas. I don't know if they take me in the light.
Welcome to your favorite channel.
All right, y'all. So last night I picked up at the hospital. I had this patient that was having a little bit of a hard time. So she pretty much was having a hard time getting to sleep. And so I was taking my vitals again at the end of the shift. And I'm zipping and ripping and running around. And so I get to her room. And she looks at me and she was just like, did you walk in here about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning? I was like, no. She's like, was there a sitter? Like, did the nurse come in here? I was like, no. You don't have a sitter. You don't need one. Your anal time's 4. I was like, so you didn't need one. So then she was just like, so who came in here? I was like, nobody came in here. She's like, I'm not crazy, okay? So listen. I was like, okay. She was like, I was about to go to the bathroom about 4 o'clock in the morning. I said, okay. She was like, there was somebody sitting in the corner of my room. And she was like, and when I was about to get up to go to the bathroom, I heard something in my head say, come with me. I was like, okay. I said, now, this what we not going to do. She's like, what? I said, we not going to go with them. So if they tell you that again, I'm going to need you to say no. Say hell no.
Did you hear about the woman who said that she fell asleep for 12 hours? And by the time she woke up, she remembered living a completely different life for 7 years. And she had evidence that it was real. So this woman says she was a single and happy woman, living her life to the fullest. And one night she was about to go out with her friends, and she decided at the last minute that she didn't want to because she was tired. So she laid it on down in her bed to get some rest. And as soon as her head hit the pillow, she fell asleep, which was not normal because usually she was very restless with a lot going on in her mind. But this night, she drifted off to dreamland, and by the time she woke up, she was so rested, and she opened her eyes, but she looked around. Everything was different. And she was wondering, wait a minute, did I go out last night instead? Like, whose room is this? Like, she didn't recognize anything, but she was alone in bed. As she sat up, trying to understand what was happening, a man walked into the room. He looked at her and said, babe, you want strawberries and syrup on your pancakes? She was about to scream internally, like, who are you? But instead, her heart and her mind said, yeah, babe, both strawberry and pancakes, but make sure you only put syrup on the kids' pancakes, and I'll be out there in a minute. And he said, all right, babe, and he walked out. And she was like, what is going on? But still, internally, everything inside her just was on automation. She jumped up. She went to the restroom. She washed her face. She brushed her teeth. She put on her robe. She walked outside. And this whole time, her body's moving. Her mind is questioning, what's happening? What is this? Whose life is this? What is going on? Is this a dream? As soon as she walked outside to the kitchen, her 3 kids came running up to her, hugging her, calling her name, asking her to look at this. And just like autopilot, like this was the life that she had been living forever, she started wiping their little faces, fixing their coats, fixing their hair, then making sure that they have lunch, getting them together, ready for school, and sending them off with this man who was kissing her like he was her husband. And this whole time she's like, whose life is this? but she continues to live it. She gets dressed, she goes off to work. It turns out that she is a teacher and she knows everything that she's doing. And in her other life, she was nothing like that. But it's just, she doesn't even remember her old life, but she's feeling like something is off about this one. But she continues to take care of her family, take care of her kids, live with her husband, fight with her husband. They have birthdays. The kids start to grow up. She goes through some tragedies. Her husband helps her work through it. She loses weight, like the goals that she had. Like she is passionate about the things that's going on in her life and her children and her family, and watching all of this happen and being involved and growing with them. And all of a sudden, one night she's laying in bed with her husband and she's looking around and she gets a strange feeling again. Something compels her to get up. And she walks upstairs to the attic and she sees a strange door. And she somehow knows that behind that door is the answer to why she doesn't understand what's been going on for the past 7 years. And she doesn't know how to open the door. It doesn't even have a knob. It just has a keyhole. But all of a sudden she gets the idea, walks back to her bedroom, looks in the closet, and there's a key. She walks back upstairs to the attic, looks at the door, looks back outside the attic door, walks over, puts the key in. And she knows that once she puts that key in, things are going to change. But she does it anyway. She turns the key and whoosh, like a windfall of air comes rushing out at her. And at that moment, she wakes up. She's back in her bed from the first night when she woke up 7 years ago. But when she looks at the clock, it had only been 12 hours. Things are starting to look familiar. But then she's remembering her husband, her 3 kids, her job. She's remembering all the fun that she had with her friends, this entire life that she lives, and she don't understand, was that a dream? But then she looks down at her wrist and she sees a bracelet her daughter made for her. And then she asks herself, is this life real or was that one real?
There are paranormal stories from all continents and cultures, and almost all of them are eerily similar, which indicates that there is a lot of truth in what these people say about the parallel worlds, life after death, ghosts and gods. What do you think?
Today, we're going to be talking about spirits who are talking under hypnosis. Sometimes people are experiencing certain weird surges of negative energy or unexplainable symptoms of pain, unexplainable symptoms of, sensing something around you that you can't really understand. And sometimes people use hypnosis to try to get the answers through channeling. I want to say this before we go any further into the video. I don't want nobody operating off of fear. Spirits, entities, anything on the other side cannot possess you, cannot take over your body unless you allow them to. Most of the time, as you've seen in scary movies, some people are weak-minded or they will give up and they just, let the spirit take over because they can't take the power or the pressure that the spirit is applying to this person's body.
Why didn't you go to the light?
Because I wanted to have a little fun.
How old were you when you lost your body, Kara?
26.
How did you die?
Car accident.
Where did you live?
Miami.
What are you looking for?
I wanted to see what it's like to be a black woman.
So if you weren't black, what were you?
I was white.
So now that you've had that experience of being a black woman, how do you feel about it?
It's exhilarating.
You ready to go to the light now?
Do I have to?
Well, you're attached to a body that doesn't belong to you, so yeah.
Yeah, I'll go.
All right, Kara, before you go, is there anything you want to say?
Girl, to be a black woman. Tell her she got it going on to just keep going.
Let me know when Kara's gone.
Okay, she's gone.
Tell me, do you trust these kinds of stories? Do you know God? Do you ever think about life after death, or do you think that when you die, it's over? Do you meditate? Do you ask questions? Is there an end to life? Will I live forever, or is it over when I die? Well, I have got news for you. It ain't over until the fat lady sings.
Now this one says it's attached to this man's spine.
Lend the energy of mind and let someone speak directly with it. Hello there.
What's up?
What's your name?
Malik.
Malik, what are you doing there in his spine?
Chilling, my neck.
How long have you been there, Monique?
Like 5 years.
5 years.
What was happening with him at that time that allowed you to attach to him?
Depression. And so on my way in.
How did you lose your body, Malik?
Suicide.
How old were you?
25.
Damn.
Would you like me to help you go to the light now?
I don't know. I like hanging out with this. He powerful. Like, even when I try to, like, overcome, take him over, like, he be overpowering me. But really, I just be sitting here listening to this. He be talking some shit. And low-key, he the main reason why I was trying to find a light up in this motherfucker, but because, man, that whole concept of hell, that was the main reason why I low-key killed myself. Because I was afraid. I was afraid of everything. But being with this nigga, man, this nigga opened my eyes up a lot.
Would you like me to help you go to the light?
I ain't going to that light until I feel like I completely forgave myself. I had nobody in my life to talk me out of what I was doing, so
Since you've been there, how have you been affecting him?
just using his energy any way I can get it. Food, porn, just taking from his energy. An infinitive amount of energy here.
We appreciate you hanging with us. Please take this time to take life seriously, as it doesn't evolve around only what you can see. Life is bigger, it's grander and more mysterious. Join us again soon for another great video. Bye for now.